I'm Johnny, and I'm the drummer for Ledyard.
Chris Pilato, lead guitar and rhythm for Ledyard.
Slider, rhythm guitar for Ledyard.
What is Ledyard?
It's
Like a canal or something, right?
what is Ledyard? It's a train. It's a train wreck. No, it's just as musically, it's just some heavy rock music that just a band of brothers that just likes to come together and just lay down whatever we want to play whenever we want to play and just do it from the heart, wholeheartedly and just put it down nonstop.
What is the occasion of your show tonight?
It's a dedication to one of our close friends and a close friend of mine that I graduated high school with that passed away accidentally about 2 months ago, and so this is just a big, huge dedication to him. He loved music and he loved the Syracuse scene, and he just was a huge, backer of all the bands that came from here, and this is in honor of him. Oh man, crazy stories. Oh jeez. There's so many that I can't say. That's the only thing.
Give us one of the good ones. Come on. One night only.
Let it rip.
You can censor all this stuff though. You can delete, right? This is not going to be all put up on there.
Of course.
Editing done the story, pal.
Les Daniels, he just one night we were partying out in this field out in the middle of nowhere out here in Syracuse in a field, and we were drinking out in this vineyard that my family used to own, and we were pretty hammered, and we were about to get in the car, and I was driving, which I probably shouldn't have been doing at the time, and I think we were like 17 years old. I get in the car, and this dude gets in the front seat, and he's sitting there with a helmet, a Budweiser helmet, case on his head, and Les is in the window, and he gets all bent out of shape, and he's like, "Dude, you got to get out of the front seat." And he's like, "Why, dude? You always get the front seat." And Les is like, "Man, I'm sitting in the front seat. You got to get in the back seat." All of a sudden, Les just drills this dude right through the window, man. I was like, "Oh shit!" I get out of the car. I go around to the other side, and Les is on top of this kid, punching this dude in the face. But he's punching him, and every time he hits him, he goes, "I'm still your friend. I'm still your friend. I'm still your friend." Even though that was just, you think it would be like a violent, but he's not a violent man. He was, he was just a, just a kind guy, but he just was hysterical, dude. The shit that he used to pull is just beyond me, and he got away with it all the time. So.
What did Les think of Ledyard?
What did he think of Ledyard? He loved it. I mean, like I said, I grew up with the kid. He was a brother to me. At any band that I ever was in, he was always there backing me up. He would tell me if it sucked, and he had no problem doing it. But if he dug it and he loved it, he was behind you 100%, and that's how he felt about Ledyard. I mean, like I said, with any other band, Blood Runs Black, God Below, Brand New Sin, any other bands that I was in, he was there all the time and behind anything and everything I did. And but I mean, he just became friends with all my everybody in the band too. So he's a great cat, great guy. So,
who are the bands that influenced Ledyard, I guess, locally in every way?
Mainly all classic rock kind of stuff, like Leonard Skinner, Black Sabbath,
ZZ Top. Then Liz.
Kiss.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's very classic rock. I mean, obviously, Ledyard's a lot bluesy, but we do get heavy and stuff like that. I think, we all grew up listening to the classic rock, and then we all started getting into Metallica and Slayer and stuff like that when in the 80s, in the mid 80s, and when it's kind of like just a culmination of all of that. You know what I mean? It's not anything per se certain we can pinpoint one thing or another. It's it could be something on the radio we heard today, or some underground band that we just found out about last week, or it could be the most popular band from 1970. You know what I mean? It's Zeppelin or something. You know what I mean? It just everything just influences us that we hear, and we just take it in society-wise, and just take it in and build songs around it.
We're just fans of music in general.
Yeah.
Just kind of dropped in out of nowhere.
Hey, brother.
How you doing, man?
Good.
How you guys doing?
Tell us, what kind of values does Ledyard take from the hardcore scene, if any? What kind of influence did the hardcore scene have on any of you?
Well, per se, I guess I probably was the only one that was kind of involved in that, pretty much. Barry played in a couple of semi-hardcore style bands back in the day. Book was more metal.
Kind of basically just, playing in that kind of extreme fashion almost sets you up for any kind of, what route you're going to take, essentially, you know what I mean?
Well, value-wise, I mean, just the love of it, you know what I mean?
Sure.
It was, no matter what, hardcore, brought people together and made it more like a family, and everyone just became friends, I mean, that's what we want to do as a band. Not, we're not anywhere, shape or form a hardcore band, but, there's still a vibe, there's still an attitude, and we take that stuff from hardcore music to Ledyard.
How does Ledyard get down? How do you guys party? What happens when you guys?
There's a lot of beer drinking,
A lot of beer
drinking,
Bucket 7 to 7.
a lot of liquor drinking,
Jesus.
a lot of Jägermeister,
Pretty much,
A lot of
pretty much
barfing.
nonstop.
a lot of screaming, a lot of yelling, a lot of burning shit, a lot of bashing shit. Anything we can get our hands on, pretty much. I mean, we have a good time, but we're always within.
Sexy bitch, you.
we're always in control, I guess you can say. So, but we have a good time.
How many times do you guys go too far? How often do you guys?
Craziness.
Well, there was a time that James skateboarded through that place naked.
It depends. We push. I'll tell you right now, we push the boundaries of going too far every time we party.
Oh, you have to.
I mean, it's either do or die. It's either do it or not do it.
Well, that's party.
Go big or go home. That type of deal. That's our attitude. So,
Any political affiliation at all for you guys?
no. I mean, we that's the only thing. The one thing that I wanted, we set out is we all are 5 individuals and we all have our own opinions, and that's what it is.
That's
It's
what
neither
makes
right
it
or
what it
wrong.
is, too.
You know what I mean? It's neither right or wrong. Whatever you believe, you believe. You know what I mean? As long as it's not interfering in my life, then I'm cool. I'm cool with it.
Who are the best rock bands of all time?
Kiss.
That's mine right there, too.
I mean, come on. There's so many. Kiss, Led Zeppelin, Leonard Skinner, Bad Company,
Van Halen.
Metallica,
One of my Megadeth's one of my favorites.
Megadeth, all those Slayer, Anthrax,
Pantera.
I mean, you can definitely, each one of those bands could possibly be the best band of all time. You know what I mean? It all depends on the time frame. You know what I mean? So,
Okay, last question. Life in Syracuse, what's it like?
wow.
Has its ups and downs.
Well, that's the whole thing. I mean, people
like
bitch
anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. People bitch about Syracuse, but you know what? If you move from here and you move somewhere else, you have something else to bitch about. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter.
There's always something anywhere you're going to be at.
Life in Syracuse, it's home.
That's right.
It's home. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it is what it is. You make out what you got out of what comes from here. You know what I mean? If you don't like it, then get out.
Most people that leave, they just
Come right back anyways. The winters could be a little bit shorter, but that's about it. You know what I mean? So awesome.
And that's all we got for you guys.
Yeah, as long as I'm not a stuttering fool on it.
You're awesome. Thank you so much.
Mike, thank you so much.